Okay, Jim, I'm going to bring a few things up that we did here today. And one of the things that we hit on was being able to get down to the ball. And get the hands where they started coming through. I'll show you this with an iron also, so you can feel that here the hands are a little bit high, which is okay with a driver because you're hitting up, but that you're still staying flat-footed longer than you have to. Now, it's obvious that you can still go because you're up there now. And I always say that if you could get there later, you could have got there a little bit earlier, all right? But mostly I want you to work on the turn through and extend, turn through and extend as much as possible. That's big, okay? With your, the driver, you'll get away with a little bit of flat-footedness because that does tend to promote an upward hit, but the irons is when you really start hitting those thin irons is when we got to take a good hard look at that, getting through with the extension. The reason I say with the extension is that if you get through and you chicken wing it, you'll just top it. I want to get an iron here. The other thing we did was square the club face, and I would say that, you know, we were worried about we were talking about taking it away outside, but as soon as you squared this, the club actually started to come more inside. So be careful of closing the club face, because closing the club face automatically will take the club outside the line. So the drill I gave you with the tee, is a help, but as long as you don't close your club face, it's like you're not going to have any problem getting it in. Now with you, we're always concerned about working the shoulders first. There's a little bit up and outside there. You have to really let the hands stay tight and the arms stay on the chest. Try to avoid any early separation there. Okay, so when you can feel like you're doing that with the club face square, you'll notice that the left arm's really going to stay on the chest there. And that's kind of big. For keeping connected, because the swings that we worked on where you squared it up and you took a little bit more of the inside, you were able to get down to the golf ball a little bit better. Taking it outside always, this is another one, taking it outside always needs a little bit of an adjustment. But here's what we did today was, you know, you work on that, and that's fine. But like you said, there is a little bit of a loop in your swing. But what we really worked on today was trying to get you lower hands with full extension coming back through. So the critical part being the through, right? So this is too flat-footed with an iron for too long. You want to get those hands to come in as low or lower than where you started, which would be full extension, and get the body turning as you're coming down there. So your thin ones would definitely be raising the handle of the club, or, you know, forcing it out like that. So we don't want to keep that. We want to keep you in your posture right here. We don't want to hump toward the front of it. So you've got to feel that the hands are coming in low and that you're getting this right heel off the target for as long as possible. I'm sorry, as early as possible. Okay, so set up with the club face square first. Just feel it working a little bit more inside. You come down now, we want to get those hands, that arm fully extended down to the bottom at the risk of hitting fat. If you hit fat, it doesn't mean you're too extended. It just means that you haven't moved enough with the body. Now, to hit the ball flat-footed is not what you want. You should already be open by this point. You should be working that right heel off the ground, right knee in toward the left knee, chest turning toward the target at impact. That's why you started getting the height on it with your fairway wood, which you said that you could not hit. It's still the idea of there's not a good player of the game whose hands are coming in any higher than where they started. So you've got to get full extension. The only way you can get that is to get the body out of the road. Are you with me? Because that's what's going to be is part of the package. Those two must go together. If you get extended, but you don't turn through, you're going to hit it fat. And if you hit it fat, it's guaranteed that the next one is going to be raised hands. Or another way of saying that would be chicken wing. Your posture's fine to start. The other thing I did was I put your left thumb a little bit further down the club so you wouldn't get so flippy with your hands. So you could square it more with your body coming through. Yeah, Jimmy just got a lot better looking. This is obviously not, this camera is not working here. Give me a minute to get it back. Let's see if we can do something here. Give me 1 second while I try to get these in there. And I think we're back, and we're going to transfer these swings here. Hold on. Stay with me. I just need to transfer these swings over a little bit and then bring a few more of them up there for you. So give this one running second here, and then we'll be right back at it. I'm just putting them into a different bin so I can call on them a little quicker. The disc that I'm using is just a little too slow. So I'm going to try to put them over in my lesson bin and call on them from there. Get you in between these good looking women here. That's a nice place to be. Better. Still a little bit more outside than what we want. Get it down low and get moving through it. just like you're doing at the end there. That's, if you had a physical disability which wouldn't allow you to turn, then I'd say you probably wouldn't be turned there either. But you are, so you can do that, and that's kind of what I want you to do here. Right, so I think that's what we covered. And if I have a few other swings from different angles where you were set up a little bit square, I'll send those along to you too.